kind of want to see how close I can get without getting smacked by the Falcon. Okay, that close. The Tesla Model X P100D is the top-of-the-line offering from the California EV automaker that's been shaking things up for a few years. And for good reason, too. There's a lot of innovation here. We're talking an SUV that's all electric with almost 300 miles of range, the equivalent of over 700 horsepower on tap, autopilot, auto everything else, and it all just seems so serious. But turns out, this car is actually a blast. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it has falcon doors, for Pete's sakes. All the cool automatic stuff about the Model X starts before you even get in the car. It senses this little key fob, and when you approach it, it'll turn on or even open doors for you. In fact, when you have this and you just double click it, you're ready to go. So from here, there's lots to talk about. I mean, there's a lot going on. First of all, a great driving position in the sense that I feel like I'm in the cockpit of some sort of shuttle pod, you know, like this spacefaring little runabout, which is really awesome because the windshield just goes straight up. Like the first thing you do when you sit in the car, you look straight up and it's all tinted glass. You may have noticed that there is a giant touchscreen here, and this is your central hub for just about everything. There is obviously maps. You have this navigation thing. This can also be full screen, by the way, so you can have this giant map bigger than any tablet you have available. You have your music. There's a lot of streaming services available right from the get-go. You have your power settings. It tracks your usage, your range, it tracks your average, how you're doing, if you're being a little bit heavy on the throttle, where you need to improve, that kind of thing. If you happen to drive through a biological attack or something, there is biological defense mode, and you push that, and now it'll filter out any neurotoxins that people have launched in your direction, or they're trying to subdue you or kill you. Kind of handy. Like the Model S, the Model X is built on Tesla's platform that uses the floor to store the batteries and sports a motor at both ends. Together, they give the Model X the equivalent of 762 horsepower or 568 kilowatts. You have your driver settings to match your style. Comfort, standard, sport, obviously I'm in sport. Acceleration is also set to ludicrous. And what that does is warms the rear motor to the perfect temperature, and then when it's ready, it will be primed to just discharge as much energy as possible, sending the car flying forward. The promise of 289 miles of range should reduce any fears of range anxiety through normal use, particularly if you live in an area that's got a decent charge station infrastructure and if your home is well equipped for speedy charge up. I was ultimately spending more than what I was gaining, and ventured out to a local Tesla Supercharger, which would give me 200 miles of range for just half an hour's worth of charge. The unconventional approach to car making by the startup has you thinking, why hasn't automaker XYZ thought of this? When it comes to things like over-the-air updates, a large touchscreen, and automatic everything. It sets a standard because it takes the existing tech and implements it better than almost anyone else.